So this is supposedly a good mic, but we'll see. I just went down to JB Hi-Fi and got some the bedspread, man. I'm living in fucking Chinatown. It's ridiculous. So this is all computer. It's just pretty good CPU, and we've got good NBN, and we've got a good camera, and pretty good mic. So I think that's all you need for it. I didn't turn on the sound, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I haven't dropped a frame yet, man. And that's running at 720. I can probably increase. No, man, I'm on the old work computer. Just 2011 job, but I got the new monitor and the other stuff. So I mean, if that works, it works, right? I just got one screen. That's a big problem. I mean, I need at least two. I've got a second one here. I might be able to hook it up if I find the right technology. And yeah, but apart from that, I mean, I'm not sure what it sounds like because I haven't got a feedback loop through it. But it should be a lot better than the previous. Gotta have the mic in it, otherwise it's not legit. No, I can't get my mic in my fucking. Yeah, no, it's a good it's a pretty good camera as well. And the mic is tempo USB condenser, so it should sound good. But the quality comes through alright. Get in there. Oh, sorry. No. I wasn't seeing the numbers when you posted them. Start again, man. Start again. Start posting those numbers again. I think it's pretty quick, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not too bad. Yeah, look, look at the can't see the welcome, gentlemen, to the Forex Signals Daily Rant. Coming with you, Chief Market Strategist from Easy Markets. There's technology which I I mean, this is not the final solution. This is just set it up ad hoc. You know? There's technology out there which does green room automatically. XSplit 2 it's called, which is a different form from OBS. Green screen. Got some wild man hair. Can't believe the euro actually coming back down. Other way. Jesus Christ. Welcome today, boys. Working in the back room of a Chinatown slum. That's a window, man. That's a mirror. Wonder what's causing the, from my end I can see sort of ruffles through the, on the camera. Is that because I've set the frame rate too high? We're not embedding this, man. I can't embed this. You can, but you can't. I can't do it, sir. I need to set up the other screen, Nick. I reckon tomorrow can be the first one, yeah? What's it look like? Broke Moxie. We already got one rat. No, but just the quality of the ability to get the charts up. I mean, I haven't really got too much going, but alright, you madman. I'm gonna have to detach the chat inside. No, we're down in Sydney now, Potter. Back at work, mate. But I got some new toys, so a little bit better than before. Hey, Nick. So, I mean, obviously everyone's watching the Brexit risk and the movements here that is going on. Yeah, well, it's a change in the polls over the weekend. Now, there's expectations that the shooting of that senator, parliament member over there, would lead to a swing in sentiment. But it wasn't like, a couple of percent. It was a pretty strong swing. And the point that is being made a lot is that the undecided voters are likely to swing towards the stay camp. That's just generally how you vote historically on big decisions like this. So undecided usually go with the safer choice. Alright, so this is leading to some quite aggressive short covering. Almost, I mean, probably people starting to get long. I suggest that that's probably a little too early. There's still a lot of time for the market to get some negative news here. And the polls are so close that assuming that we're going to break, going to be in the state camp is a big, I mean, it makes the move to the downside a lot less. And the top side now is becoming even, less return. So, back at 142, we're talking about the pound going to 150. If we're near 150 and it comes in a stay vote, if you remember what happened in the Scottish referendum, you actually saw some heavy selling coming through afterwards. Alright, now that was just basically people getting caught long. Alright, so it's no done deal that the market will go from, say, 150 to 155 if the market does stay. And so it becomes clearer that we're going towards that. I think the risk reward, even at 30% chance that the Remain wins, and polling over in the UK is not even that strong in terms of reliable. If you remember the results in the general election in the Scottish referendum, they were all over the shop, and then the big result that came out was significantly different. And the man on the street, I mean, everyone I talk to is voting leave. Very rarely am I meeting traders, these are financial traders as well. Very rarely am I meeting people who are talking about this stay camp. Definitely no one's passionate about it. Everyone's just, in the stay camp anyway, no one's that passionate. So maybe they don't actually get out to vote in numbers. So, if we're sitting at 148 come Thursday and it looks like it's tight, there's going to be some heavy selling pre-final result. And so exit polls are going to be the big thing. And so it is, the higher we get here, I think, say stay result comes 140, 148, I think we might get to 152, only about that. But sub 140 if it's a leave very quickly, and potentially 135 by the end of Friday. But where it goes after that, it becomes a new game we have to play. The exit polls were okay in the Scottish referendum, but the polling up to the actual election, that was where there was some dodgy numbers coming through, Nick. It ended up being a landslide. So, some people were wondering how the euro is going to respond to this. Generally, you take away Brexit, euro is growing higher, given the Fed's dovishness post-week NFP numbers, and the fact that there isn't much left the ECB can do to keep the euro lower. So the path of least resistance is probably higher. It doesn't have to be a very clean move higher, but there's definitely room here that we go towards that 115, 116 level again, and then it's all up to the gods what's going to happen up there. But I wouldn't want to be selling a third or fourth time up here. And right now I think the euro's capped just because the euro pound's getting heavily sold. Alright, so the euro pound's rolled over. And perhaps this selling can actually weigh on the euro for a few days or even a couple of weeks. But it's unlikely that it creates that negative feel. So where does this set the whole market up? The other big player in the market is dollar yen. Alright, now dollar yen is under pressure, but I think we're pretty much near the bear targets. So the bears were after this 105 level. To go towards 100 is possible, but if risk sentiment is strong after a stay vote, then the crosses may actually trump over the selling here and the US dollar weakness, and we could get a risk on rally in stocks that is significant. New all-time highs on, say, the S&P up above 2120, and that would probably lead to big rallies in euro yen and definitely big rallies in pound yen. Alright, now a big rally in euro yen I think is the source of, will come hand in hand with that euro rally. Alright, so we're very, not very low levels. We can still go a fair bit lower. I'd like to get in around here, down towards 115 it looks like. If we could get some nice sort of recovery in the euro yen pair, and remember euro yen is a huge pair in the market that's overlooked all the time. Volume in the euro yen is probably as big as cable, and so it's huge. So if you want to look into how this is going to turn around, perhaps a way to play euro long is through euro yen. That way you've got the dollar yen to rally, you've got the euro to rally, and the way I think it's going to happen is that both will rally and euro yen will be surging. Maybe not straight away because of that euro pound selling, but after a little bit of time. So I'm very bullish on euro yen medium term. Just that I think the move lower was circumstantial on the dollar yen move, and the euro not being able to rally while the Brexit risk loomed. And I think that the dollar yen rally being done sell-off being done, leads to that combination here. That's really quite, I mean, look, it may be worth 1,000 to 1,500 pips by year's end. That's a medium-term overview. Don't forget to keep watching what oil's doing as well. I mean, the general stabilization of oil has led to the ability of the stock market to really come back, and it's also calming a lot of the markets. So we've just got to keep an eye on that as well, how that develops post-Brexit. I'm guessing it's going to do well. It seems to be shrugging off all the negative news. I'll get into Aussie another day, but yeah, obviously I trade Aussie a lot. Got a bit of Aussie Swiss and a bit of Aussie Kiwi. Bit of prawns there, huh? Bit of prawns. I'm doing live stream, honey.
Can I eat?
I can't eat those now.
Oh, no.
That's my wife too. Trying to feed me. So yeah, I mean those three, right? You're looking at the pound, the euro, and the yen. You always have to be watching them to see what is going on. What would look in, yeah, look like king prawns, king Thai prawns or something, some sort of Thai sauce. You know, there is a lot to do with the Brexit, and I've got, you know, we can spend a fair bit of time looking at the levels on the pound. Just not today, because I've been working for 12 hours and I'm going to eat some food. But we're just testing out this stream to see how it goes. And this is not on the beast is coming, so it's going to be good. Have the multiple screens set up. I think yeah, we'll finish on correlations, Potter. So the fact that stocks are so close to record highs and dollar yen so low, that's a weird one. You wouldn't have guessed that at the start of the year. Euro is almost becoming risk on. You know, it used to be that stocks fell, euro rallied. So it's starting to merge back into being with the stocks. And so if that was to be the case, right, we could, if the euro becomes a leader again, and I think that the dollar yen will merge into a risk on, risk off after its downsides. I'm not sure how they're going to put the floor in. Maybe the BOJ will intervene, or I mean, there'll be some sort of talk or something. But say the euro can start to be the market leader in terms of if the stocks go up, euro goes up, leads the pound higher, leads Aussie, and the New Zealand dollar and CAD higher, and oil rallies the same sort of time, then it becomes everyone against the US dollar. Now, for many years, that's a very easy way to trade. You know, that's 2008 to 2012. You just have risk on, risk off, US dollar weak, US dollar strong. So in that environment, for the rest of the year, I think you could play upon that sort of role. It really, I mean, say the Fed comes back into play towards December. I mean, you know, the market just has a very short-term memory. Right? We're going to go from issue to issue. Next issue will be US elections probably, and it is unlikely that they're going to raise rates before the US elections now, given the dovishness of the last meeting. So we're looking at December rate rise. Be 1 year since the last rate rise for America, but that's a fair bit of time away. So you do have a big chance for US dollar weakness. Yeah, so my default case is that Brexit stays, stocks start to rally, US leads stocks to fresh all-time highs, dollar yen makes a base, euro starts to rally on the dollar weakness, euro yen, pound yen, Aussie yen, they all lead dollar yen higher, and it becomes very much a that sort of complex, the buying of the yen crosses higher, and stocks doing strong, oil being strong, and that's the way I'll be playing it. Let's see how much I'm wrong. But yeah, look, I'll for tomorrow I'll have a bit more of preparation here. I've got to set up a few more screens. Got to change a few of the settings. Anyway, I think it's recorded in internet law now, mate. It's you don't have to write it down. This goes on the YouTube list. If Brexit, if they leave, oh, you know, that would be more fun, but it's going to be hard to navigate. Floor and euro yen, you called it. Back June 20. Alright. Alright, boys. Yeah, no, we'll do a proper one tomorrow, Nick. We'll touch on every currency and see what's moving. It's a light data week because it's the last 2 weeks of the month. We're going to go straight into actually watching the next NFP. You can imagine how important the next NFP is after this Brexit stuff, because that last number was so weak, right? You know, so the market will then be looking for that new, what's the new game, and if it's a second week NFP, it's just US dollar getting wrecked. Alright, Nick, see you later, man.